Triple H has been removed from WWE's board. We've got an injury update on a certain SmackDown superstar, and a WWE talent has teased an in-ring comeback. So stay tuned for the news right now. So the UFC WWE merger under Endeavor is very fast approaching the finalization of that. Yeah. We now have a fair few names on the board of directors for TKO's holdings board.
Yeah, and TKO is going to be the name of the company.
It's the parent company,
company
overseeing everything. So you've got 6 Endeavor choices and you've got 5 WWE choices. We have now got 4 of the 5 choices on the WWE side. We've got Vincent K. McMahon.
Which is just shocking.
Yeah, right. Nick Khan, you got Stephen R. Coonan and Nancy R. Tellum.
Tellum. It's such a good surname.
It's proper ref, mate. Tellum. Tellum ref. So this leaves Paul Triple H Levesque out of the loop, alongside, of course, longtime WWE board members. They did leave for a brief period, but they're back as of January. George Barrios and Michelle Wilson. There's still one place to fill, so we might see one of those names on the board eventually. However, it doesn't look like it's going to be Triple H. Sean Ross Sapp providing an update a few hours ago, suggesting that Paul Levesque is not factored into the boardroom activity moving forward, saying Triple H will no longer serve on the board of directors for WWE after the merger. Everything's changed, doesn't it? I don't like it.
I mean, we've been in this weird state of flux. Obviously, everything that initially happened after Vince stepped down from the company, you had Stephanie and Nick Khan become co-CEO. You had, I think, George Barrios and Michelle Wilson left and then came back.
They came back in January this year.
Yeah, and so it's just been kind of moving a lot. It doesn't feel like everything's been kind of set in stone. But at the same time, I'm not entirely shocked that Triple H might not be part of the board, as shocking as it is, because I mean, well, one, the guy had a major cardiac incident, so there's a lot of stress that will probably come in that position. 2, is his value really there on the board, or is it, doing what he's doing behind the scenes?
Obviously he was doing more creative stuff, but still, it was reported anyway, some business development stuff as well. But yeah, you're probably right as far as a board of directors go. Maybe this shouldn't be as.
I think once you've got a company like Endeavor involved, who obviously, with the reach they have and the experience they have, maybe you don't so much need someone like Triple H there, but it's still quite like, what? Because he was always kind of, right up at the top.
I thought Stephanie would have popped back by now. I thought she'd be back. It's really surprising not to see her name announced. Maybe it's the last one. This is like Survivor Series, isn't it? And she's going to come in like bloody Daniel Bryan, right? To take on the Nexus. That's what's going to happen here. It's going to be a huge return. I don't know. We'll keep you updated on who fills that final gap. But massive congratulations to Vince McMahon, to Nick Khan, to Stephen R. Coonan, and to Nancy R. Tellum. We got an injury update on a certain SmackDown superstar. He had a big match against Logan Paul at SummerSlam. Ricochet has given a bit of information about his former tag team partner, one would assume his former tag team partner, Braun Strowman, saying he's doing great. He needed a little surgery, but he's doing great. He's recuperating. He's doing fine. I know he's ready to get back. I can only imagine he's ready to get back.
Braun, can you imagine Braun Strowman just kind of sitting around the house waiting to R&R and an injury? I imagine he must just be going mad. He wants to rip phone books in half. He wants to push over a tree. He wants to just go charge at an ambulance. Yeah.
I mean, Ricochet, I'll continue with the quote, saying, I miss my tag partner. I think we had something good going. I think fans were getting into it pretty good. Obviously, I want to be tag champion, and who better to have on your side, than the biggest man on the roster, Omos, buried. I can't wait for him to get back. He's doing great. So it looks like Ricochet here. It doesn't seem like he knows exactly when he's going to be back. Yeah. But it looks like he's teasing perhaps that tag team are going to reform, which I didn't expect personally, because Ricochet's sort of gone off and done his own thing. He's had that feud that we just talked about there with Logan Paul, and I thought he'd just be a singles guy. I like them together.
Yeah, I like them together, and I think that maybe there were further plans that kind of got scuppered by everything that happened. So maybe it's the type of thing where the plans they don't maybe need a very specific launch point story-wise. Maybe it's something we can ease into after Braun returns, but At the same time, would you be entirely shocked if they kind of get back together for a little bit and then split and have a massive feud?
No, I wouldn't. I was surprised to see them team together. It was, it looked like it was punishment on Braun, didn't it? Because Braun did that Twitter stuff where he was slagging off the flippy wrestlers.
Guys,
whatever he said. And then a short while later, he was teamed with the flippiest of the flippy guys.
I want to see Braun hitting like a 450.
You know what? They were amazing together. I love the tag offense. There was some really innovative stuff, like standalone. And we've seen various bits before.
Contrast, isn't it?
Yeah,
like things that
really
contrast go well together, right?
The original Odd Couple, right? Well, anyway, best of luck to Braun Strowman. We don't have a precise return date for him, but if Ricochet is to be believed,
looking
make
like
up your
it
own
could be
mind.
soon.
Yeah, fingers crossed anyway. We have a match added to Impact's Multiverse United 2. Last night on Impact Wrestling, another big match was added to the card. It's their latest crossover, of course, with New Japan Pro Wrestling. You have got heaps and heaps of matches, heaps and heaps of talent on this card. One that we've got now is the newly announced X Division / Junior Heavyweight Scramble match. You've got Frankie Kazarian, Bushi, Rich Swann, Mao, El Desperado, Chris Sabin, Kevin Knight, all going at it.
I'm buzzing for Mao.
Yeah?
I saw Mao wrestle at the Riverside.
Did you?
For North. He came over. And he was really entertaining. He was really fun to watch. So I'm happy he's getting his name out there more prominently.
You want to be careful saying I'm buzzing for Mao.
Maybe a little bit, yeah. Context is key there.
On top of that, we of course have Leo Rush, Trey Miguel versus Mike Bailey and Takahashi. You got Dookie versus Sami Callihan, Zack Sabre Jr. and Shane Haste versus Moose and Eddie Edwards. Moose. You got Deonna Purrazzo's Stardom Open Challenge, and the Impact World title is on the line, and this is going to be an absolute banger. I'm buzzing for this one. Alex Shelley versus Hiroshi Tanahashi.
The man with the most magnificent hair in all of the land.
Whoa, Kevin Nash buried. It looks like it's going to be a really good card. I don't think enough people are talking about this. Don't get me wrong, you've not got the biggest of the big names from New Japan on there.
I get it.
But it looks like a really decent card.
That's the thing. Everybody kind of goes ham for Forbidden Door. Everybody should be going ham for these as well.
Yeah.
Just because it's not, maybe as huge a spectacle show, it's still very exciting to watch that crossover happen.
They're doing some really cool stuff. Obviously, they've just announced their UK shows. Tickets are available.
Coming up as well.
1,000th episode coming up as well. The Dudley Boys reuniting, or Team 3D.
And I imagine there's going to be a lot more going on that show in terms of that stuff as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. They're
too.
doing great stuff. And you know what? We sit here every time and we go, wish we were talking about Impact Wrestling more. Wish more people were talking about it generally. But it does feel now that things are actually properly picking up for them, and best of luck to them because they're doing great stuff. Best women's division in all of North America for my money. Finally, a WWE talent has teased an in-ring comeback. This is amid speculation that he might have been done with things. It doesn't look like that's the case. Who is it?
It's MVP. So he obviously accompanied Omos to the ring at SummerSlam for the Battle Royal. He shared an Instagram reel of his workout recently, set to his WWE theme song, and captioned it, "I'm not retired yet." He made his WWE debut in 2006, of course, after a year in Deep South, and he honed the Montel Vontavious Porter persona there before kind of bringing it out to the public. He went on to become a two-time WWE United States champion, tag champion. He was the first IWGP Intercontinental champion. The guy's
he was, wasn't
he's still in incredible shape. The guy's style, I think, lends itself well to the fact that he's still able to perform it very well.
Yeah, he's
and
safe.
I think that there's got to be at least one more. Just even a small run, just one more small run for MVP.
I was worried about what you were going to suggest there.
Title run.
No, you know what? If it was a real transitionary thing, I would be up for a month with a mid-card title just to put somebody over. I think like as a nostalgia run, that could be really, really fun. MVP is just tremendous value. He's such a great talker. And if they want to just use him in that role, grand. I can see him moving to the commentary desk when he does choose to retire, whatever. But actually, I'd like to see a bit more from him.
Yeah, it feels kind of like while we're still getting amazing moments with him, as a manager or in and around wrestling rather than in the ring, I do just want to see. I just want to see what kind of, maybe just one more little singles run.
Maybe a little tag title run or something. Him and Omos together. Obviously, he can't go in the same way that he used to go, but you're totally right in saying that his style has lended itself to having a pretty long career in the ring, if that's what he fancies doing. Anyway, he's not retired. You might see him in his big inflatable gate one more time. I'd love to see that.
I want to see the big
Matt Hardy
inflatable
back in
game.
MTT. I love that stuff they did together. Anyway, that's it from us. We might be back a little bit later with some more news. We've got loads coming up on the channel this weekend as well, so stay tuned for all of that. You can check out Tom's chat with Jeff Jarrett, JEFFJARRETT. That's on the channel right now. It's really great. If you've got 20 minutes, I'd thoroughly recommend it. But we will see you when we see you. Have a good weekend. Take care of yourselves. In a bit.
Bye.